That's right, Black Power family. This is General Cyrus Seti. We live on General Seti YouTube page. We dealing with today 100% proof that the Muslims is worshiping the sun god of Egypt. Have to go in because we got to deal with this. You understand what I'm saying? Too many people are disrespecting the ancestors, the sacred teachings. You know what I'm saying? I will be doing a lecture on my Patreon, the ancient Egyptian temple, mother of all sanctuaries, where I break down each sanctuary, with major sanctuary, whether it's the Hindu temple, the mosque, the Christian basilica, cathedral. You understand? Dealing with the Freemason lodge. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with even the 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 earth mounds or the mound culture, the Mississippi mound culture, or what we call the Americas, which is nothing but the African Olmec. I'm not saying that they were here in the capacity. What I'm saying is that what you call the Mississippi mound is nothing but an extension of the Olmec culture, not no type of Indians or none of that shit. You understand what I'm saying? When you look at the Olmecs, you see that even what they call the mounds of what they call America or whatever is nothing but an extension of the Olmec. They just did not have the sophistication as the Olmecs to put some masonry around the mound. When you deal with the Olmecs, you will see that the Olmecs also had a mound up under their pyramids. You know, and when the masonry fall down, it look no different than what you call the mounds that you see out all over America. It's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? But they did not have the technology that the African in the hinterland or in the epicenter had. Just like when you go into Africa, you see that Egypt was the epicenter. And even though, part and partial, many other areas of Africa had some of that same technology, they could not put it together like they did in ancient Egypt. That's just evident. And so many areas, around the Americas did not have as advanced technology as the Olmecs, or what we call the central land mass, which we call Mexico today, which was the heartland, but went all the way down into what we call South America. The Inca, ain't no damn Inca. That's the Olmec. You understand? The Maya, ain't no Maya. The Olmecs was there, had put that down before the Maya Incan even came on the scene. It's no different than the Oriental, the East Indian. You motherfuckers is of the last 2,000-3,000 years. You're not of the ancient times. You know what I'm saying? When you deal with the history of the Aztecs, the Incas, and Mayans, they tell you, goddammit, that they wandered upon the megaliths, that they were already there before they got there. So I'm sick of this shit. You see what I'm saying? So today, let me go ahead and share my screen. Where that shit at? Let me go on and get bust the Muslim head. I know they sick of me, but I got to do it. I got to do it. I'm the right nigga to do it too, because I do it well. I don't play no games with you. Here we go. And get it on up here. I do it well. Y'all been disrespecting Africa for so goddamn long. I wouldn't dare have no mercy on your ass. Okay, so we dealing with the Islamic Sun Temple, and I'm bringing 100% proof. Ain't no goddamn doubt. They can lie. They're going to go and try to hide behind some fabricated lies, but it's not going to change the fact of your eyes seeing the truth. Now, when I say let me come on out of here. You don't need to see me. All you need to see is the facts. Let me go on and pull this on in. Okay. And y'all already know, get with me, generalseti.com, Seti University. I already got, over, 400 videos, and I'm uploading every day. That's going to be a site of over 1,000 videos with close to 100 different subjects, sciences, arts, history, politics. And, it is a university. So most definitely it's a must have for the African world. I'm putting a lot of heavy that you're not gonna see nowhere else. Okay, you're not gonna see this nowhere else. And so I'm not, I see a lot of cats out there, doing some history, and I'm glad that you're doing it. But goddamn it, you niggas getting that shit off of Wikipedia. You ain't doing no original research. The general do original advanced research where you ain't gonna see this shit nowhere else. You know what I'm saying? I'll blow motherfucking Wikipedia clean off the internet. All right. So make sure you get on over there. General Seti exclusive videos that you're only gonna see on my Patreon. I got live stream on my Patreon. You know what I'm saying? So most definitely, just like you see the general live on YouTube, you see the general live on Patreon, and I won't be using no goddamn YouTube. So make sure you get your ass on over there and be a part of that, because I could take it a step up, but I'm getting so goddamn hot out here that even Patreon ain't gonna be able to take the general. And that's why you have to go over to generalseti.com when you got to get that show enough unadulterated fire. So get on over there. And kingseti.com, where you get them fly products, you know what I'm saying? T-shirts, official General Seti DVDs. You get the hoodies, you get African jewelry, we got Kemetic jewelry, we got African art on the site, guaranteed to, incite the African spirit. So get on over there and be a part of that. Get your some. All right. Now let's get on these muscles. Got to get on them. Let me take that banner on out of there. Take that banner on up out of there. Let me see. Which one is a ticker? Okay, this is a ticker. Okay, and take that on up out of there. All right. That's what I like right there. Okay, now. Okay, the first thing that we established, the very sacred sun worship of the Nile Valley. We are peoples of the sun. You know what I'm saying? We that rich melanin that's in our skin is a divine gift from the Most High. And when we say the Most High, we talking about the sun, which is the Most High. That shows you we directly connected to nature, unlike any other, human. And I ain't gonna say we of all us, but we divinely connected to the universe, to the point that our connection to the sun produces a rich melanin, a rich solar byproduct, cosmic liquid in our brain and all throughout our body that gives us high intelligence and physical and spiritual ability to be able to do things unlike anybody else on this planet. And that's why we have for hundreds of thousands of years produced such one mind-boggling, creations and accomplishments and achievements on this planet that only legends, they become legends to the feeble mind of the Johnny come latelys. You know what I'm saying? Because they cannot believe our power on the planet, and that's why we have to go back to our ancestors and reconnect to the power of our inner being and in our genetic ability that we deny through the the miseducation of this Western world, where we believe in the Samboism and we believe in the Kundalini and we believe in all the shit that they show us on TV, where niggas got on thongs in Africa, throwing mud pies, Tarzan and Jane and all that bullshit. Even the Arab is another fabricated mutanoid. You understand what I'm saying? A fabricated mutanoid that has come upon our land and fabricated a false history of the Africans, said that we ain't nothing but slaves and so on, and have denied even our origins to ancient Egypt. You got Zahid Hawass, who ain't nothing but a damn a mutanoid Arab, who is the head of archaeology and history in Egypt, denying the African roots of the Egyptian. And so you see here the sun god, who we call Ra, above the doorway that leads into the temple. Above each doorway, you would always see the winged sun disk, and you see the king cobras coming up out of the sun disk, which later became the caduceus, you know what I'm saying, of Hermes and Mercury, and you know what I'm saying, and all these other fake deities where they have taken this symbol of our ancestors and have watered it down, you know what I'm saying, and have hidden the true origins of where they got it from. So you see here on the Quran, they say they worship Allah, but you can damn near go on every Quran and they know it to be true. They know it to be true. And and you find Allah's name inside of the sun. You know what I'm saying? You find Allah's name inside of the sun. You know what I'm saying? And so there's a very, we have to ask, because we have always been taught by the Muslim, the Christian, that we was sun worship. We was heathen sun worship, that we worship the stars and all this, that, and the third. We worship animals and this, that, and the third. And then we come to find out in many instances, they have stolen the very practices that they crucify us for. And then when they use it, it's holy and it's sacred. But then when we go to our ancient temples, it's paganism, it's heathenism. And so we look down upon our temples. You understand, that originated the concept, and then we come to their damn temples and call it holy. Now you see here the sun disk above the Egyptian Ethiopian temple pylon, and then you come right in the mosque. You know what I'm saying? And they'll have all type of images of the sun all throughout the mosque. Here it is, one right on the mosque on the outside, and you see Allah, Islam, and all this in that sun disk to signify that what Allah is what? The sun. You understand what I'm saying? They'll tell you that it's not true, but are your lying eyes fooling you, or are you seeing exactly what I'm seeing? You know what I'm saying? And this is no different than when you look upon the church and you see the circular window, which the sun come through and shine down in his holy temple. Okay? And so when you come here, it seems very, plain to me when you look at this right here, that this is veneration of the sun. Okay? Another thing which you see is the halo. Now the halo is Helios. Okay, when you talk about Helios, you're talking about the sun. So when you see that even in Islam, they got the halo, which you see also in the Hindu faith. This is just like when I just showed you the pyramid complex, a commonality of concepts. It ain't just one concept. It's a collective of concepts across the board. It shows that all religions on the planet are manipulations of the original spirituality that came up out of the Nile Valley. Facts. You either deal with it or don't goddamn deal with it. And I'm not going, they have never given us the credit, that I don't want to be your friend. I don't want to partake in any of your goddamn rituals or ceremonies. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not going to smile with you. I'm going to be your enemy because that's what you chose. When you defile my land, my culture, and my people. And I'm going to treat you the same way that you treated my people. How you treated my culture. And many niggas dance with these motherfuckers. I don't dance with you. I'm not going, you say you're going to bring the sword. Bitch, I'm bringing the sword. You ain't the only one with a sword. We get, niggas get petrified when they hear motherfucker. I got a heart of motherfucking stone, nigga. I got a chest of stone. I don't run from shit like that. Bring that shit on. Too many times niggas, they hear the first little, aggression, and niggas get to shaking in their boots. They don't know how to stand their ground. And so you see here the halo, which is common amongst not just the Christian, but also the Buddhist, also the Hindu, also the mostly all religions on the world, around the world use the halo, which signifies being divine. That's the significance of the halo. Okay, it shows that you are holy, that you have the spirit of the Most High in you. Not all people, even popes, or not even all people in the Bible that might have been supposedly a prophet, or everybody didn't reach the same level of divinity. You see what I'm saying? So you can see some popes became saints. Now all saints are given a halo, and again, halo is helios, and so that shows you the sun is what signifies divinity. If you're not connected, and so how in the hell can a white man have a halo? That first and foremost, when this goddamn sun is pulling your goddamn top 2-3 layers of skin off of your ass. You cannot be chosen in a sun. So right there, when you see this is a total contradiction of reality. You understand what I'm saying? Because this is a sun-centered concept. And when you see the reality of how, these particular people are, how they are cursed in many instances by this cosmic deity, then you understand that this is a stolen concept. This don't belong to them. And we just have to say, what it is. Now, when you look at Islam, now what do you see here? You see what? The obelisk, and you see the sun. Okay, and we know that, what do they call the obelisk in Islam? They call it what? The minaret. And we know that in ancient Egypt, the god Men, which is a variation of the great god Amen, and I'm just using it so you can understand what I'm talking about. Amen, which was the great god of the new empire of Egypt. Amen became the greatest deity. We understand that Men is a variation of Amen. They look exactly alike. But Men was what? He was the Egyptian god of fertility. He was shown coal black, and he was shown with what? An erect phallus. Okay, so that's what the Tekken is. Okay, that's what the obelisk is. And so we understand our connection to the sun, not only through our melanin, but also through the phallus. Because many instances, what? A man will what? Rise in the morning. Okay, he will re-erect. This is resurrection. So you see here the symbolisms of that concept. But this motherfucker talking about assalamu alaikum and all it is that, some Gabriel and some damn Muhammad, and these concepts existed, hundreds of thousands of years before these people even come out the cave. Okay, this concept has nothing to do with Islam, and that's facts. And so the motherfucker out there that's putting his head, he have to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? The halo, you got to deal with that. The sun dish on the Egyptian temple, and now you got it on the mosque. You got to deal with that. Now, see, this is another, I want y'all to look at this, because we don't understand what this is. See, again, we showing what? Divinity. When you see many instances, you will see one of the holy prophets, or a mother or a daughter of one of the prophets, their face is blotted out. And all you see what? Is the sun right there. It's not the actual fact that these people are non-existent. The reality is, it is the sun. It is the sun. You know what I'm saying? This is what you call anthropomorphism, where a human, or a cosmic entity is represented in human form. Jesus is another anthropomorphic deity, never existed. You know what I'm saying? Buddha and all of them are anthropomorphic representations of the sun. You see what I'm saying? So again, here they telling us that we are sun worshiping heathens and pagans because we venerate cosmic, but they don't understand our connection to these cosmic entities, our connection to the sun and the production of melanin and the ability to communicate with the universe through melanin. You understand what I'm saying? Through thought and melanin and divine walk and, divine thought, not just any thought, but divine thought. You know what I'm saying? And activating that melanin and using that melanin as a conductor to be able to transmit thought, you know what I'm saying, through the universe. You see, so we had a connection to these cosmic entities that nobody else had. So they couldn't understand why we venerated these images on or these cosmic entities on this level. Again, you looking at what? One of the warriors of Islam, face totally blotted out. And a lot of people say, well, why would they blot out the face? Because the human aspect don't even exist. You know what I'm saying? This is a cosmic story being told in anthropomorphic or human form, but the actual human was made up to teach a cosmic. And you got to understand these stories exist on a cosmic level, exist in many, because there's many similarities between us and the cosmos. Like the sun resurrects every day. And because we saw ourselves as son and daughters of the sun, we also became to understand that we would also resurrect, no less than our Father would resurrect. So when you see the sun represent, because we know that we are one with the sun, and we know that our resurrection is coming no less than our Father's resurrection happens every day. That's resurrection, the oldest resurrection. And so that's two different one story, but you have variations. You got a cosmic variation, you got an anthropomorphic variation. When you look at Nut and you look at Geb, Nut being heaven, Geb being the earth, Osiris and Isis is the exact same story, but Nut and Geb is the cosmic story. Then when you deal with Osiris and you dealing with the anthropomorphic, which is the human story. Osiris would die and resurrect, no less than the sun would die and resurrect. You know what I'm saying? So Ra and Osiris, you got Ra, the cosmic story, Osiris, the anthropomorphic story. You understand? But many of the same symbolisms, resurrection. Again, you see the sun here, symbolic of divinity. So even in Islam, the sun denotes divinity, okay? And so a lot of people say, when you study how they pray different cycles of the sun. They don't pray on the cycles of the moon. They pray different cycles of the sun. Okay, they have a prayer that they say after the sunset, but then during the day, they pray different cycles of the sun. So their prayers is based on positioning of the sun. You see what I'm saying? Now, you see here what we call the dome of the rock, which is in today what they call Israel, okay, which at that time when they constructed the Dome of the Rock, it was Palestine. And so you see the dome is nothing but the rising sun. So when you look at the dome, you looking at sun worship. I don't know. And that's why, they put the gold layer on the outside. It denotes sun worship. So I don't know. And so how you going to attack Africa, you understand, or the ancient Egyptians or any Africans for that matter, that venerate the sun, in essence, you doing the same thing. You just want to control people. You want to make sure that people follow your methodology on how that worship should be, conducted, so you want to control over the concept. And you say right here, it says, Hussein is a sun that shall never set. That's what it said. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. He says that's in the Quran. It says Hussein is a sun that shall never set. And to my understanding, Allah has 99 names, and Hussein, I'm not mistaken, is one of those names. So in that instance, what it's saying is Allah is a sun that shall never set. See, we got to deal with these facts. We got to quit going through the back door. So we are the first people that prayed according to the sun's cycle. You see right here the prostrations, or in Islam they call the different prayers prostrations. You up, down, hands folded, hands open, hands facing the sun, so these are prostrations. And so you see the ancient Egyptians were the first to have prostration. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at, you got the morning prayer, Fajr. Then you got the midday prayer, Zura. Then you got right here, it says the afternoon prayer. Look what it says, Asar. You know what I'm saying? I brought that up many years. Now, I understand that the Madunata is, in many instances, not what it says that it is. I know that much of it is Arabic. You're not no ancient Egyptian or none of that. It's a lot of Coptic, and Coptic is a variation of nothing but Arabic and damn Aramaic and this, that, and the third. Okay, and they want to say that that's ancient Egyptian, which is not. You know what? Let me plug my hold up, family. I didn't see my computer and got kind of low. Let me put this in here. I've been rocking the house tonight. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't gonna be much longer, but you know what I'm saying? We're gonna get this across so people understand. Quit running to the watered down. That shit's so watered down. It ain't got no steam on it. You know what I'm saying? And so again, you see here, when you look at the mosques, are temples to worship the host of heaven. So the dome is nothing more than the rising it's the rising sun. So you see the half, and many the protractor. You know what I'm saying? Here you see the dome is the rising sun. So the dome in itself from the Catholic, and that's where the Muslims got the dome from. They got it from the Catholics. Okay, they didn't have no temples, and they always talking about how great they were. They basically took the model of the mosque from the Catholic cathedral, the Catholic basilica. And what is the dome? You see, it is a symbol to allow the sun to enter what? His holy temple. It's his holy temple. So it just the fact that you got the dome is sun worship. And so just like when I showed you the sun on the front of the mosque, you see right here that this is Abydos. Okay, you see it has what they call the clear story window, and those are windows at the top of the basilica or cathedral that allows the sun to come down in his holy temple. So you can see the Catholics and the Christians took it from ancient Egypt, and the Muslims took it from the Christian. Okay, in many instances they took it directly. Now this is in the synagogue. You see what I'm saying? So who is Yahweh? Okay, who is Jehovah? If Jehovah is not the sun, you see what I'm saying? Who is Jehovah? It's the sun. So all of these religions have taken from you, and this is in the mosque, and you see him right there. You know what I'm saying? What is the window representing? What is it? It's representing solar worship. Okay? That's facts. That's facts. So whether that's what he's in his mind when you look at the halo and he see all them prophets with nothing but a face of countenance of solar glare. That's what he's praying to. Okay, but we the only ones on this earth that's directly connected, not only with melanin, but with the curly hair, the spiral hair. Our hair moves just like the universe. That's facts. That's facts. It moves just like the universe. So when you look at that, that's our antenna. You know what I'm saying? Just like everything on, even, what you got bugs and shit that got antenna, and they use that antenna field frequency and this, that, and the third. So it is our connection to the universe. You see what I'm saying? So not only do we have the melanin, we have the naturally coil. And so when you talk about antennas are coil. When you look at the coil inside of it, that's what it is. Okay. And so we have to accept, our divinity. And so you see here the African Abydos, you see here the Basilica of Rome, here the synagogue, and here the Arab. Is no doubt that they all took from the ancient African. And so if they took the temple pyramid complex, they took many of the, much of the concept, spiritual concept. All of them got a holy book because we had a holy book. You understand? We gave the world paper. You couldn't even have no book until we gave the world paper. So that I ask them all that. I say, well, shit, if you was writing before the Africans, what the fuck did you write it on? Because you didn't write it on paper, because paper come from papyrus. You know what I'm saying? Then they keep coming up with we wrote it on goat back. I don't want to hear nothing about no motherfucker writing no books on no goat back, no goat skins and shit and all that shit. That's garbage. You understand what I'm saying? We writing on paper right now because it was the most advanced technology, and only the people who had the most advanced language, the need to even invent paper. You understand what I'm saying? Because we had advanced to such a level and we had such advanced information using any other type of, it's just, unrealistic. We would not have advanced to the levels that we advanced to using any other technology other than paper. You know what I'm saying? So if you much of one scroll could have been damn near 200-300 feet worth of information. If you had to use clay cookies or had to use goat skin, goddamn it, you probably had to slaughter 10,000 goddamn goats to try to put that kind of information up. So that's unrealistic. You see what I'm saying? And so here you see the Mars, and you see, this is, let me see if I can, because this is a very powerful, and I can't use all my technology on this particular this yard stream. It won't allow me to use all my advanced technology, so I have to use best I can. So when you look here and you see this is the and I don't think this is the Mosque of Mecca. This is the Mosque of Medina. This is the mosque of so-called Prophet Muhammad in Medina. And you see the minarets, and then you come back to Karnak and you see all the Tekkens that's rising up out of Karnak. So you come here and you see the minarets. Nonetheless, this is a fabricated image taken from the ancient African temple, where you see the two minarets in the front of the mosque. These are the two Tekkens, or what you call obelisks, in front of the Egyptian temple. Okay, the minaret, which is the phallus of men. Okay, minaret, the phallus of men. So today, this is the temple of Luxor. And one of these obelisks is no longer there, but I duplicated it and put it back because it was two there. I think they moved the one to I think the one in Paris is the one that was removed from this temple, if I'm not mistaken. So you see in the front of each Egyptian temple, the two Tekkens or obelisks or phalluses of not just Osiris, but men. Okay, men. And so you see the minarets right here in front of majority of all mosques. You see what I'm saying? Got the at the minaret. You know what I'm saying? Some got two, some got one. And so you see right here the Tekken that was taken from Africa and put in front of St. Peter's with the cross on the top. You see the dome. And so you see that the Muslim took directly from the Catholic, who took directly from ancient Egypt. Here you see the colonnade in the mosque. Okay, and then you come out and you see the colonnade. This is at Philae Temple. You see what I'm saying? This is where they didn't have no architecture before that. They didn't have no damn architecture. They was intense. Now I'm coming to the end. You know what I'm saying? Give me 10 more minutes and I'm gonna go out. And so this is the drape of over the Kaaba. Now you could clearly see the sun disk, and not only the sun disk, you see the cartouches. You see what I'm saying? The cartouche in Islam. You know, and I done heard all kind of people, but you ain't gonna get away with that when you know, niggas, you know, they was in so much denial because when they saw it, they couldn't help but to acknowledge what it was. So they was trying to say, oh, well, the shroud was made in Egypt. I don't want to hear that. In Islam is old evil Pharaoh, and that the Pharaoh was the enemy of Allah, and that the Pharaoh was the enemy of Islam, and this, that, and the third. He was the enemy of God's people, and this, that, and the third. So it should not have been no adoption of any Egyptian symbols in Islam. But here you have the cartouche, which is evident right there on the shroud of the Kaaba. You can see it right here. You see the cartouche, which is symbolic of eternity, and then you see the what you call what's the script called? It's some shit, calligraphy. You know what I'm saying? Which ain't nothing but the cursive form of the ancient Egyptian. Now here, what you see the sun right here, and the two cartouches here, symbolic of the wings. You understand what I'm saying? So you got two symbols in one. They're not gonna get away with that. So this ain't nothing but the winged sun disk. And you go into the Mosque of Mecca, and this isn't the Mosque of Mecca, and you can see right there the sun disk. And this is when you pull the shroud up. You see, when you pull the shroud up, you see the sun right there on the doors to the Kaaba. Now this is the door to the mosque, but this right here to the left is the door to the Kaaba with the sun disk on it. You see what I'm saying? And so again, even on the shroud, you see what? You see the Tekken. You see the Tekken right there on the shroud of the Kaaba. You see them, look. You see them up there with their hands up there crying and weeping for no faking, just like them motherfuckers in the church when they get to catching the Holy Ghost, yeah, and all this shit. They want to put their hand and then go become the most savage, wicked motherfucker soon as they step up out of there. You understand? But you see right there, so if they could put the sun disk on the Kaaba and on the mosque and this, that, and that's holy, then what is our temple? Who created the concept? Okay? And so look at these wicked motherfuckers. Ain't got nothing to do, but you see right there again, the cartouche right there. This is sun worship. This is the ancient Egyptian worship that have been Arabized. Okay? And now what do they call the word of the Quran? Not the Quran itself, the Sunnah, the Sunnah. You see what I'm saying? And then you know, a chapter is called a surah. Okay? A surah, and a verse is called a ayat, which is very similar to mayat. How is all of it? See, that's why I had to crack the Medunata, because they had infused a lot of Arabic and a lot of that into, but in interpreting what they get, the definition they gave in, you know what I'm saying, the so-called Egyptian, it busted them on what was really in their own shit. You know what I'm saying? It let us know what it was. You know what I'm saying? That they was worshiping the sun all along. You understand? They was worshiping the black woman all along. Ayat ain't nothing but Mayat. You see what I'm saying? And that's why when you go in the Quran, you got a book of Mary. You understand what I'm saying? And all of this right there in the Quran, because that ain't nothing but the worship of the goddess Isis. Okay? Whether they want to look. And so I'm gonna end with this particular, where you see with the moon, which is more than one symbol. It's not just the moon. You understand what I'm saying? It's symbolic of the golden calf, which they call Heru, which is the cow, which is symbolic of the black woman. You understand? Because the cow is known to give milk, and the mother is known to give milk, and the cosmic mother. It gives us the energy to sustain ourselves. You know, the sun and so on and so forth, because the cosmos exists within the Holy Mother. You see what I'm saying? So that's why, you know, not when you look at Newt, it shows you that the cosmos itself is in the feminine order. You see what I'm saying? And so we look to Heru to nourish us spiritually, you know, and to bless us here on the planet. So you see that the crescent is also symbolic of the horns of Heru. You understand what you want to, but in the Bible, they say that this is the golden calf that God struck the Israelites down. And in the Quran too, they speak ill of the golden calf because it's in the Egypt. See, they don't want to, you know, they don't want to give no veneration to the woman because these are some savage motherfuckers. They walk around with their woman clothed up and shit like that, dress her from head to toe, cover her goddamn face. Majority of these cultures are homosexual oriented, so they don't have no real place for the woman. And that's why they put their asses in the predicament they in today with no birth rate and low birth rate, no birth rate. That's why they're in the, but they know the science is real. They want to be in our place, but they cannot be because they weren't blessed with the connection to the cosmos like that. So they want to be in our place, but they can't. So it's much like that that story of the sour grape where the fox was in the woods and he saw the grapes hanging from the tree and he wanted the grapes. And so he ran and jumped to try to get the grapes and he missed. And so he's, you know, he took 5-6 steps back and say, you know, I'm gonna give me, you know, I'm gonna step back 5 so I can get a faster start and a longer start. So when I jump, I can get these grapes. And he took 5-6 extra steps back and took off running and built up his momentum and jumped up and he still missed the grapes. And he tried one more time and say, well, goddamn it, I'm gonna go back 15 steps and build my momentum up and then I'm gonna jump and I'm gonna get these grapes. And so he went back 15 more steps and took off running and he tried to jump and get the grape and he missed them again. And you know what he did? He said, you know what he said? He said, these grapes must be sour anyway. He tried again and again and again to take our place and take our legacy. And when he seen that the cosmos was not going to give it to him, he demeanored it and made it vile, even though that's what he sought to, you know, obtain. So he wants the melanin, he wants all of that. He wants our place in the cosmos, but the creator just not going to give it to him because he would have gave or she would have gave it to him from the very beginning. So you see in the end, and I'm going to end here because this can go on and on and on. When you see the crescent, you see also, you see right there, you see our Set, the Holy Mother as Heru with the sun dish between the cow horns. And you also see the great God of wisdom, Tahuti. You understand right there? And this is all previous, before any Mesopotamia, before any Islam. And there's no doubt with them being in Egypt as long and, you know, and seeing it that they knew what it stood for. So Tahuti, Allah took many from not only Ra, but from Isis and, you know, and so this is why Allah got 99 names, because them is 99 principles stolen from ancient Egypt that they trying to hide from us. Okay, and so in the end, we know for a fact that they worship the sun. The sun is on the Quran. The sun is in the mosque. And they have crucified our people for being venerators of the sun. And a lot of people say, I'm not a sun worshiper. I am a sun worshiper. The hell, motherfuckers trying to, you know, they be trying to backstep on that. Yes, I am a sun worshiper. When I understood what it did for our people and how we exist in this universe, You know, because of the sun, I am a sun worshiper. So this right here sums it up. They have stolen our legacy. We must take it back. We must go to the original concept, not to water it down, because that ain't go. That's for them. That's not for you, nigga. Step up, and that's like you know, you in the you supposed to be taking a PhD, and you down here doing kindergarten work. You can't come in through the door of a kindergartner, mentally, spiritually, a kindergartner, and you supposed to be on the highest level of all levels. You're underachieving in an extraordinary way. Wake your ass up and find out who you truly are and become that. Learn your place in this universe, your divine responsibility, and when you do that, this world gonna get back like it's supposed to be. All right, family, this is the General. Get with me, family. We in the house. The General Sarasun Seti, GeneralSeti.com, KingSeti.com, and Patreon, General Sarasun Seti. Let me come back on here. We in the house, y'all. Let me come back on here. Put in 3 today. I'm getting warmed up. Don't worry. Where I go, no nigga could go. I'm very confident in that. Where I go, no nigga could go. Okay? This is the General Cyrus who said he's saying, hey, arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.